Hey everybody, let's see who gets on. I'm in my laundry room. I don't have a green screen. I don't have anything fancy. This is me. This is my laundry room. So this is me in the raw. So I hope everybody's doing really well. And we've got a couple people jumping on. And hey, how are you, Okie Hopper? You're my first person on, so can you please let me know if you can hear me? Brian's on. Thank you, Brian. Mystery Machine, how you doing? This is awesome. So can everyone hear me okay? I don't have, normally I have my microphone situation, and I don't have that with me, so kind of just doing it through the microphone with, yes, awesome. Okay, good. So Brian says he can hear me. I really felt like I wanted to go live. How you doing, Monique? Shay Shay. Aw. I have one of my best friend, Nanette. Her daughter's name is Shayna, and I call her Shay Shay. Grumpy Riker. You want to finish my laundry? You guys all hopped on, and you guys are so great. Awesome. Coloring is good. Everything's good. Okay, good. So I felt my last live stream, whenever I'm live and I'm in the field, so to speak, and I'm at an event, there's inevitably something goes very, very wrong. And there's always something horrible going on there. So either it cuts out because the internet's bad, or you can't hear me, or there's music in the background and YouTube sends me a violation notice saying that I'm not paying for that music that's in the background. So there's always something a little unusual that happens when I am out in the field doing something. So I wanted to get, it was, someone wrote in the comment on my last live stream that it was literally hard to watch because it was so painful. So I wanted to get on and kind of wash that one away and put this one out there. So I apologize. So yes, if you guys haven't seen, Grumpy Riker is on. If you haven't seen Frank and his video with Rolling on 3, he had a live interview with Keith, and it just came out today, so go check it out. Grumpy, I loved it. You gave me a shout out. That is just so cool. I appreciate it very much. I'm not going to mention your age on here. You mentioned in the stream though, but you do not look your age. You look damn good. So whatever you're doing, I'm going to do it too. So go check out his interview. He's got some good stories. He's a good storyteller. He's a very funny guy. So go check that out. Hey, Scott. I know. All right, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry you're in my laundry room. I apologize. Again, I started off at the beginning of the video before anybody. This is me. This is real Beth. This is you know. I do laundry. This is you know. Yeah. Sorry. If I wish I had a big cool green screen back here that's showed me on my bike, you know, as I'm talking to you, but I don't have that. I should invest in that so you don't have to look at this. All right, so let's see who's on. How's everyone doing tonight? All right, we've got REB Ventures. Let's see. So you've been watching it for 2 weeks nonstop. Shay, thank you so much. She just purchased her Riker and she's been watching me nonstop. I'm sorry. I'll put that out there. I apologize in advance. I'm getting better as time goes on. My videos are getting better. So if you start off at the beginning, you'll see my progression. Yeah, John, I'm not wearing a Riker. I'm not wearing my Riker Ride shirt. This was an impromptu thing. I thought, you know what? It's Monday. It's 8:30 at night. You're lucky I'm not in my pajamas. So yeah, I'm not wearing a Riker Ride shirt, but I do sell Riker Ride shirts. If anyone would like to buy one, feel free. They're on Etsy. Just type in Riker Rides and my shirt comes right up. Let's see. Hello from Buffalo, New York. Travis, how's the weather out there? Grumpy Riker Rider says, I feel all of my 73 some days. Yeah, some days everyone feels that way. But you look damn good, Grumpy. Not so Grumpy Riker Rider. Greetings from Memphis. How you doing? John D, always in the house. Zia might sell his Riker. That is true. Yeah. There is talk of Zia getting rid of his Riker and getting another two-wheeler. We should have a pajama party one night. Well, I'd be the only one in pajamas, so that wouldn't work. Okay. John, there's a lot of John, so I'm going to mention your name. Or John S. How you doing? Let's see who else is on. Thawing out in Austin. Yeah, so John S., I'm hoping your power's on, and yeah, Texas got slammed really bad. That's me, Ron's Roadhouse. Ah! All right, REV Ventures, Ronald B. in the house. We've got John Johnson in the house from Grumpy Riker. I mean, from Riker Parking Only, RPO. 4 feet of snow, Travis. Oh, Ray, for real channel. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I'm missing a previous comment. So, Ruby. Yes, God. All right, 73 degrees. I hear you, Grumpy. It's beautiful here in Florida too. This is the one time Grumpy and I, we both live in very hot climates, and like I've said before, it's the little bit of time every year where we can be very proud that we live in these hot climates. And then, as he mentioned in his chat today on Rolling on 3, check it out. He thank you, Rolling on 3. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that very much. So I was just talking about you, Keith. I don't know if you just jumped on, but I was just mentioning how you just posted a great interview with my good buddy Frank from Grumpy Riker Rider, and he so as he's mentioned, he lives in a very hot climate, and it's we get a few months out of the year where we can be like, we live in such great weather, it's awesome. But come the summertime, we're hiding. So we're definitely not going out in the summertime, especially if you're in Arizona and you're talking 115 degrees every day. That's crazy. Shay in Atlanta. So yeah, I spent a lot of time in Atlanta, Shay. I used to live there for quite some time, and I was just there. I was just there a lot over in the fall, looking at the beautiful foliage. Hello from North Florida, Servant Soldier. I recognize you right away. Rolling on 3, anytime. Thanks for everyone in my live chat. We raised $100 for Texas Food Bank. That is awesome. Keith, if you want to, I don't know if that is still open, the money you were raising for Texas Food Bank, but if you have a link to that and you want to post it on here, please do. All right, so John Johnson, thank you very much for your donation. Let's hear for my pajama party. So, a few bucks for my Riker Ride pajamas. I should make Riker Ride pajamas. I'll come on one morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hi, everybody. Rolling with I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, probably Javi. Hopefully that's right. Just got back from riding my Riker here in Pembroke Pines, Florida. That is very cool. Am I pronouncing that right, Javi? Thank you again for Keith and John for the donations. It's very, very sweet. Let's take a second and talk about what everybody's favorite mods are. So as you know, I have done a lot to my bike, probably too much, but there's always more to do, right? So what's everybody's favorite modification that they've done? Hey, doing Chris? Hey, buddy. So what's everybody's favorite modification they've done on their bike? So I'm going to do pretty soon, not this week, but maybe next week, I'm going to do a walk around video of everything I've done on my bike. And just to kind of, I mean, I have over 100 videos, but just kind of bring it into one video, everything I've done. And I'd like to kind of share that with you. But so out of all my modifications that I've done, I really think that, and I get the most compliments on it, and I think it is the most useful to me in two things. One is the fender lights that I got from Sling Mods. I think for the money, I just think that's a great purchase. So I have two things when I look at modifications for the bikes. Three things. One is safety, one is comfort, and then the other is just pure looks. So when I was doing my modifications, everything was done in that order. So I want to make sure that my safety modification was done first. So the fender lights are the red that go to white. That's my favorite thing on my bike. That is my all-time favorite. I just want to be super visible. I don't want anyone to say, I couldn't see you, that's why I hit you. So I'm lit up. And then my second favorite is, in terms of comfort, is my one-up backrest. I've driven without it recently, and I was like, oh my God, I can't take it. So I love it. So let's see what you guys have to say. Let's see. John Johnson says his LED headlights. Yes. I don't know about you, John, but that was a tricky install for me. Of course, I have a video on it. I have a video on all my installs, but the LED headlights was a little bit of a headache for me. I think it was the right headlight. It was really tricky to get to. I don't know if it was hard for you. Jupiter puts down his Mustad windshield. Am I pronouncing that right? Mustad windshield. I heard a lot of good things on it. I've seen his windshield. It's great. It's tall. It's awesome. I am hanging on tight for the new Can Am windshield to come out. I'm very excited about that. They say it's 150% larger, so I'm assuming that's like double, obviously more than double the size of its original windshield. So I'm thinking big, and I don't know. I think when you buy aftermarket stuff, some of the stuff looks great. Some of the stuff clearly looks like it's aftermarket, and it might look good or do its job, but sometimes it kind of gets awkward on your bike. So if it's possible for me to put a Can Am accessory on the bike, I try to, because I think it really looks like it's meant to be there. Let's see, hold on. Grumpy Riker Rider puts floorboards, footboards. Yes, I've heard that is a great thing. I'm going to be doing something with that hopefully soon. It'll probably be a few months, but I'm planning on doing something with those. Brian K. Travis Denise and I are from Buffalo. So Travis, there's a little connection there for you. The sports windshield and top case from Servant Soldier. So the sport windshield, that's the same windshield I think that I have. And then the top case, yeah, both things that I have. And I love them. I wish the top case was bigger. I wish it held more. But I love the look of it for everyday stuff. If you're running out to get some takeout, it fits in there. But I wish it was a little bit bigger for like overnight stuff. Rolling with Jay, the addition of the Airhawk seat cushion is my favorite. To be honest, I'm a heavy guy, and the stock Ryker seat just wasn't cutting it. My bud definitely thanks me. The Airhawk is a great product, and I've reviewed that, and I've also reviewed the Bead Rider. The Bead Rider with the ceramic beads, not the wooden ones, but the bead, that's also surprisingly comfortable. They're both really good. The Baharam sway bar kits and floorboards. Fun and Ryker, how you doing, Harry? Rolling with Jay, his is the 360 headlights is his second favorite mod. I agree. Having good headlights. Chris, Jupiter, you need to switch out your headlights. It's embarrassing. I can't ride with someone who has yellow headlights. It's crazy. The seats you and me sit on. Yeah. So Chris and I were just at a Ryker event in where were we, Chris? We were in Weston, and we had a great time there. And one of the riders that rides with Soul Floor Riders, he had the brand new seat that's advertised on Sling Mods, and it's the one that's like between $600 to $1,000 for the seat, based on if you get a passenger seat and both backrests. I think it's close to $1,000 for these two things, and I mean it looks amazing. So one of the guys that that I ride with sometimes, he just got it, and he's like, "You got to come and check this out." and I sat on it. Oh my God, it is amazing, amazing. It's totally worth $1,000. The only problem I have with it is that the way it's designed, you completely lose your max mount ability. So you completely lose your ability to put any kind of storage thing on there, whether it's an aftermarket or a Can Am product. So if you're going to carry anything, you have to have the side bags or something, and then it gets to be too much for me. But wow, was that seat comfortable. That was just crazy, crazy comfortable. Yeah, so Chris is like, that's my favorite mod, his bike. No, Scott. Scott's a good. All right, so everyone knows the deal with Scott. He rides a Harley, and Brian rides a Brian K on here also does not ride a Riker, but they're on here to support me. So a lot of times I'll get funny comments from Scott like, "Hey, can I talk about my Harley upgrades?" No one cares about your Harley upgrades. Wrong channel, but thanks for joining. So let's see. Let me go back for a minute. Okay, so okay, Travis and Brian are gonna ride when the snow melts. Brian is not there. He grew up there, but he lives in Atlanta now. So kind of, I'm not sure you guys can be riding together so much. But John, his Mustang seat, that is also a very comfortable seat. And Grumpy says Tim loves his one-up backrest in the F4 custom windshield. Yeah, I know, Grumpy, you have a one-up backrest on yours too. I think you had mentioned that today. Yeah, that one-up backrest is so small. It's expensive. I think it's like $199. It's small, and you're thinking, is it really worth it? But Grumpy will agree. It is definitely worth it. It really changes the feel of the ride. You have to try it. It's great. Go to a dealership and have them put one out for you to try it. I mean, it's worth it. And Rolex on 3 says, get the Calci windshield. Never heard of it, but I'm sure it's great. And is that what you have, Keith? Let's see, Shay, what's going on? NC Customs preparing my amazing grill. Hold on. Pays my amazing grill for looks and prevention. He said he knows you too. Yeah, of course I know. I know Nathan Clemens very well. NC Customs, he does some great work. So I've known Nathan since he started his Riker business, and he's come really far. He's got a lot of good stuff. So yeah, he does grills. He does. I just did a video on the intake covers. He does those, and he'll match the paint for you. He also does the inserts, the hubcap covers, the inserts, and he'll print those to say whatever you want. He's making a pair for me that say Riker Rides. I just happen to have other stuff that he does, just happen to be in front of me on my desk. But he also does the, Nathan doesn't even get on here because he's not really into social media and all that stuff, but he does these decals that will go over the emblem, the decals, but they're emblems that will go over, they will replace the BRP ones. So you take off the BRP logo and you put this on. So this is just ones he sent me that I'll be doing a giveaway for. And he, you know what, instead of doing a giveaway, I'm just going to give away now. So those of you who are watching deserve special stuff, okay? So next person who writes down that they want you want these in the comments, say, I want the American flag Punisher, you'll get them. So these cover up the BRP logos. They're from NC Customs. You'll get these. So whoever wants them, just let me know right now, and you'll get them. Okay, so we have Roland with Javi. I believe he was the first person to mention he wanted these. So Roland and Jay, I'm going to write your name down. Don't give me your address here on the live chat, but it's an impromptu giveaway. See, this is what you get for coming on my live chat. That's great. All right, so Roland and Jay, do you have Facebook? And if you do, private message me on Facebook. You can find me on on Beth's Riker Rides. So private message me your actual name and your thing, so you get the other one. Okay, so now, sorry, all right, so this is over. So this is already gone. These have already gone out to Roland on Jay. He was the first one, okay? So now, get ready. Who wants these? These are the black and white ones. So if you have a black and white bike, whatever, whoever wants one of these, I want one of them. All right, so Chris, I want Chris, I don't even understand what you're trying to say. So it looks like Picky Ricky got it, because Chris, I don't know what language you're talking, so I'm gonna give it to I don't know what to do here. All right, so Jupiter says he wants one of them, and then Picky Ricky also, he said it. I want this go. All right, so who's supposed to get it here? Let's see. Okay, all right, let's slow down a second. All right, coin toss. Okay, I'm gonna do a coin toss because technically Chris said that he got it. He was in first saying that he wanted it, but Picky Ricky kind of worded it correctly where I understood it. So I'm gonna do a quick coin toss. You have to say coin toss. All right, I'm gonna do I think I have a coin toss app on my phone. You had to make it difficult, huh, Chris? Okay, but I want to be fair, so let's do. All right, let's do a coin toss. Okay. All right. Scott. Brian he cares about your Harley, so you two can have a separate chat, and he wants to hear all about your Harley. Okay. All right, so I'm doing a coin toss. Okay, so here's what it is. It's heads. And then this is tails. Oh, you can't see. All right. Let's see. Focus. Okay, that's tails. So you guys know, this is why I don't do stuff. And then this is heads, okay? So I happen to know Chris has a big head. So we'll make Chris heads. And we'll make the Picky Ricky tails, okay? So Chris's heads, Picky Ricky is tails, okay? So I'm gonna do this, okay? Focus. Okay, ready? Hold on. Okay. I just want to make sure we got this right. Okay. Okay, so nothing on the screen. I'm gonna hit toss. Ah. Live streams, fun. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get this to work. Okay, now we're gonna get this to work, okay? Okay, here we go. Heads, okay? So I felt like I was fair about this, okay? So, Chris, you are the proud winner of the Punisher BRP emblems. I'm sorry, Picky Ricky, but there is another, I do have, I'm going to be having a bigger giveaway with some Nathan Clement stuff. He's actually giving away a couple of air intake covers, which is nice. I think they're $50 a set. So he's going to be giving me a couple of those to give away. So I very, very appreciative, Nathan. So thank you so much. Okay. So I hope everybody's okay with the decision there. Okay. All right, let me back up a minute because I missed a bunch of things on here. Got almost 30 people viewing. Hey, if everyone on here right now could do me a favor and just give me a quick thumbs up that you like it. That really helps with you know, the stats and all that junk. So if you guys could all just give me a quick like and a thumbs up for the chat, that'd be awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know a couple of you just hit the like. I can see them going up. Someone hit like and then unliked it. So go back and hit like. It didn't work. Okay. So let's see. What are some of the people's favorite mods? And let's see. Okay. So HVAC says he bought the lock that I installed. About to buy the LED lights that you made a video on as well. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Travis, the solo comfort seat. So what's interesting, Travis, because I've heard mixed reviews, so I'm really happy that you like it. Travis, we grew up, okay. Black Ice, I always love that name. Like if I was redoing my channel, I think it would be Black Ice. I just think that's such a cool name for a bike. But then I'm hoping your bike is all black. I'm just obsessed with that name. That's such a cool name. Oh, the reverse lever extender. Yes, that was my very first modification that I did, was the reverse lever modification. Awesome, 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 awesome. So let's see. I'm waiting for a Corbin seat to be delivered on Thursday. Yeah, Corbin seats are amazing. They're great. I believe they're based out of, there's a location out of Daytona. And I'm going to be meeting with them on when I'm at Bike Week for Daytona. Hey, is anyone going to Bike Week? Anybody going to Daytona? All right. So Travis puts OP also. I don't know what that means. OP. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. Okay, that's probably not what that means. Okay. Rolling with Javi. How do I minimize the stock mirrors from vibrating so much? So that is a great question. If they're vibrating that much, I'm wondering if you need an alignment or your tires need to get balanced or something. They're gonna vibrate. All the Rikers are gonna have some vibrating issues, but if they're vibrating so much that you can't see out of them, there's more to it than just the mirrors. Your handlebar needs to be adjusted. Something needs to be adjusted. John from Riker Parking Only is my on-site mechanic and engineer. So, John, if you have any information on that for rolling with Javi about why the stock mirrors vibrate so much and what he can do about it, hit the @ sign and then type in rolling with Jay so he'll notice that you're kind of mentioning him in the comment. Anybody else who has any opinions on that, this is why we're here, to share and care. Let's see. Jose Riviera, how you doing? Nice to see you. Fatty with a firearm, I haven't heard from you in a long time. So nice to hear from you. Your favorite mod is the Airhawk. It is. Yeah, I like my windshield as well. So yeah, we got a lot of Airhawk compliments on here, and it looks good on the bike too. It looks like it fits. Versus the beaded seat, I get a lot of flack on that. People call me a New York taxi driver when I had. So I was going to get one for Denise. All right, so John says electric shifter. He has, so John is, hopefully I'm not sharing too much information, but he's retired from the Navy and he has an injury from the Navy. So he has a little trouble with his leg and with his knee specifically. So for him to shift with his leg was just uncomfortable and didn't really go well for him. So being the engineer that he is, he just made up his own electric shifter. So he literally hits a button on his bike and the bike goes into reverse with the button. It's pretty darn cool. It's hard just to pick one. Picky Ricky says his headlights are noticeably better. So that is my number one Yeah, the headlights make a huge difference. It's unbelievable. Oh, Spain grill. Yeah, that is very cool. Yeah, that is very cool. Have you painted your Fame grill, like the edges of it, with like red to look like blood? I always thought that that would look cool. Um, John says 42. I'm sure that's an answer to a question, but I don't know. Um, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Okay. All right. So, sorry, I'm back. All right. So we have rolling on 3 says I can't cover up my BRP. Almost would cut me out of the money. Mr. BRP over there. That's funny. So, all right, all right, Fun and Riker, Harry, that giveaway was just a quick impromptu giveaway and it's over. I'm sorry. But we got Roland on J that won, and also Jupiter also won. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going back here. Okay. All right. The Night Riker. So Zia, everyone's talking. There's kind of a rumor going around that you're selling your Riker. It did not get started by me. John D had mentioned it in the chat. And is this true? Is Zia the Night Riker giving up his Riker? Everyone wants to know. I love the comfort seat. He's a wizard. Like a MacGyver. He is. It's crazy. 42 is the answer to the most important question. That's funny. I have heard that. I don't know what it means, but I have heard that before. So Chris, okay. There's a lot of side conversation going on that I'm not kind of going to read out loud. Okay. The convex mirrors are also great. I agree. The convex mirrors. So, and also Grumpy mentioned this today in his chat with Rolling on 3. It is the convex mirrors are. Hey John, thank you so much again. Thank you for the sticker donation. I really appreciate it. Or the custom emoji, or I thank you very much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much. So the convex mirrors, yes, they are great, but as talked about today on the Rolling on 3 chat with Grumpy Riker Rider, it is a little bit. The view is amazing. You see so much more with those mirrors, the convex mirrors. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out on my channel. I have a video on it. But the problem is it gives you a weirder sense, like you think that cars are further away than they appear. Not closer, but further away. For example, if you're getting ready to turn lanes and you look in your mirror, you think the car is really far away, but yet kind of right there. So you do have to, nor should you ever rely strictly on your mirrors. You do need to give that kind of once over head turn. Again, John, thank you so much for your donation, and Rolling on 3, thank you for your donation as well. Much love, much appreciation. Are they better than the movies? All right, let's see. I'd rather have a stirrup instead of a lever. I know that would be cool to have a stirrup, but my lever thing works great. It was like my very first modification that I ever did was the reverse lever extender, and that was the best thing I ever did for my bike. I mean, I could never figure it out. I was bending down to hit a reverse. That was the coolest thing. So it would be cool to paint the tips red like dripping blood. I'd have to add that in my list of mods. There's so much, you know, we could use, Picky Ricky, is red nail polish. I think that would, like a bright, like red nail polish, I bet that would kind of, the small brush would be perfect for you. Also, Rust-Oleum makes, and I just found this out recently, Rust-Oleum makes little pens too. They work like a brush, like they probably are better for that job as well. Carlos Plasti Dip the Grill, that's awesome. And Jupiter Z Moto Vlog. I don't know what you're talking about, Chris, but okay. So what other mods are good? 3-piece luggage sets. I know I can't get myself to pull the plug on that because, and I looked at someone else that had it. I love it, and I travel enough with my bike that I would warrant the extra luggage space, because when I travel, I'm traveling with my clothes and my needs for traveling, and then also my Riker Rides merchandise. So when I travel to an event, I'm going to have a big banner, and then I'm also going to have my Riker Rides shirts for sale. So I kind of do need to carry a lot of stuff, but I just don't like that you can't really take it off without having that big attachment sitting there. So I don't know. I'm so picky. It's terrible how picky I am. I always have cowboy boots, so I don't have an issue with pulling up the reverse lug with my boot. But a stirrup would be nice for me. That would be a cool thing to make, a little stirrup thing. No one's done that before. A lot of modifications done to that lever, but having a stirrup to go in there, that'd be kind of cool. All right, Chris, the new video I rolled out has all the contest info. Carlos, the teal Riker. Carlos is the gentleman that I rode with. I hope you made it back safe. Carlos rode with me from the event I went to on Saturday. He lives not too far from me, so we rode back together with Chris. So you want the suicide shifter, Chris? All right, so let's talk about the suicide shifter that Slim Munch just put out. There's like so much controversy about this thing. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's gotten some really mixed reviews. Some people like it looks like a slot machine. It is really interesting. So I don't have any bad feelings about it at all. I don't need it for my bike. I wouldn't want it on my bike just because I try to make my bike look as minimal as possible, but it's hard because you need stuff. So, but I think it's an ideal modification for people who have problems and they can't lean over, they have back issues, they have knee issues. I think they solved a problem that a lot of people had with having to reach over. So, I mean, kudos to them for getting on that and doing that. All right, so the Night Riker has, Zia, I'm reading your comments about a giveaway that you're doing. Do you want to put what giveaway you're doing and how they can enter, and what video for them to watch? Because like Zia from the Night Riker's on and he's doing a giveaway. So all right, so Harry from Fun and Riker wants to know if my so the Night Riker is giving away $100 Cycle Gear gift card. Can I enter too? Because I would love that. So usually I don't enter people's contests because I kind of feel like, I don't know, YouTubers shouldn't enter other YouTubers' contests, but $100 gift card, I'm gonna enter. Totally gonna enter. Yes, I'm gonna enter that. And if I win, I'm gonna use it. And I'm not gonna feel guilty about it at all. Okay. All right, so check out the Night Riker's latest video, and that's how he'll have all the instructions on how to enter. So go check him out. So I mentioned earlier about, real quick, is anyone going to Bike Week in Daytona? I will be there for the first weekends. And just wonder if anyone else is showing up. I'm going to be there for the March 5th and 6th. I am crazy. I've never been to Daytona Bike Week, and I'm going to just drive around and shoot a bunch of video and try to narrow it all down to 15 minutes of intense bike week. So I'm very, very excited about that and all the craziness that is Daytona Bike Week. So yeah. So John, have you been to Bike Week? I'm excited. So here's John's gonna try to make it. I hope you do, John. I hope you really make it. It should be fun. So I am very COVID aware, and I am aware that a lot of bikers do not wear masks. A lot of Floridians don't wear masks. I'm not getting in a whole mask debate of the anti-maskers, pro-maskers. It's whatever it is. So, but I don't plan on kind of walking around. When I go and be staying kind of outside of the main area, and my goal is to kind of just ride through. But if there's a sub of mine that wants to meet up while we're there, I'll definitely have like, a place for meet and greet, like a coffee shop kind of off the beaten path to go meet, or maybe we'll ride together or something like that. That would be very cool. But you're not going to really see me walking around too much in the masses of the crowd, even though I'll have a mask on, but they might not have a mask on. But if you see me, no matter what I'm doing, even if I'm eating, whatever, talking to somebody else, make sure you come over and say hi to me, because and I will be wearing my Riker Rides t-shirt, so there won't be any confusion. I am going. I'm going to check out the racetrack. I want to. There's a couple of other bikes I'd like to try out, just to kind of for giggles, to try some new bikes out, and hopefully, that's cool. So John is not that excited about Daytona. I think he might go just because someone's begging him to go, but I don't know if Can Am's going to be there. I would have to say yes, but I can't answer for them. But I would. They'd really be amiss if they didn't. They'd be missing out for sure. But I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to be in town, the racetrack area. I'm going to be visiting Corwin, and yeah. So John's been quite a few times on different bikes. He used to live near Daytona, and it is just, I don't know, John, 10 miles an hour traffic all over, maybe a little bit more. And when you're driving a two-wheeler, that's not, or any bike that's not automatic, and you're just shifting and clutching and brake and shift, clutch, brake, right? And your hand just gets exhausted from constantly squeezing the clutch. So it's going to be kind of nice to be in a Ryker and just coast along. So that is nice. Brian's going, and he says, we're all going to get drunk, Beth, so the mask won't be needed because alcohol kills the virus. Wow, I didn't know that. All right, Jupiter, you keep mentioning moto vlogs. What are you referring to? Because I don't know what you're talking about. It's the second time you mentioned moto vlogs. I don't know what it is. It's just a new channel name for me. Okay, so all right, so the Night Ryker. So is it official you're giving up the Ryker or not? I don't know. But the Night Ryker is looking to change his name. So he's looking for suggestions basically on what he should change the name of his channel to, so he's not pigeonholed into just doing Ryker videos. So he's doing a contest to help people name his new channel. And if he picks you, then you win a $100 gift card. And if he thinks all the names are horrible, then he's just gonna, excuse me on the hiccups, he's gonna throw all the names into a hat, and he's just gonna pick it out. So let's see. All right, did you demo the Rebel DCT? Is that the Honda Rebel that you're talking about, John? I'm not sure what you mean. The Night Ryker. I'll be putting up for sale next month. Woo, that's big news. Big news coming at you here. The Night Ryker is selling his Ryker next month. But he's still going to be vlogging, so you can still watch him vlog, but it'll just be on a different bike. So if anyone wants to buy the Night Ryker bike, that's how you should sell it, the Night Ryker's bike. DK in the house. Is that your first time on? Nice to see you, Denise. I'm so glad that you're on. I miss you. These are all my friends from Atlanta that I spent 6 weeks with. They're just awesome. Yeah, the Honda Rebel. I love the Honda Rebel. I definitely would love to test drive the Honda Rebel. That's a perfect size bike for me. And I believe that's the one that they do have a semi-automatic bike. It shifts like the Spider shifts. So that is very, very cool. Yeah, Brian, that's what I want to test drive, right? Let's see. So it says, Ruben says, funny Beth, you used the exact same wording I used on his channel and wanted him to name it Knight Rider. That's funny. Did I call it Knight Rider instead of Night Ryker? No, yeah, Night Ryker. Sorry, if I did that, I apologize. David Hasselhoff, he'd be so mad. Yeah, the Honda Rebel. Yeah, I am very excited about the DVT. Yeah, the auto transmission. I'm excited about that because, all right, yes, I have a motorcycle. I have a two-wheel motorcycle endorsement, but that two-wheel motorcycle endorsement, that class was the only time I've ever been on a two-wheel where I was shifting. So, do I know how to shift? Yes. Am I comfortable shifting? No. So, I really am not that comfortable with it. So I could get comfortable where it's second nature. And I think shifting, it looks so fun. That's why I actually went to get a motorcycle endorsement to begin with. I was like, I want to learn how to shift. I want to learn how to do that. And, but I've, I never really got into it. And I just kind of went right to the Ryker. So, but I would love an electric bike. For me, an electric bike would be great too. But for me, an automatic bike or a semi-automatic bike would be so nice because then I'm not thinking about, okay, is the clutch right? What gear am I in? What's this? Like, I just want to worry about the road and people around me and nothing else. So, sorry, Denise, I could think I missed you earlier. I don't know, maybe I said hi and didn't realize it was you, so I apologize. All right, so the Night Ryker, stripped down to flowers, making you want a bigger bike. I get it. I understand. It's justified in me, Zia. Anti-Ryker. Just kidding. Yes, it does. It has cruise control. It is a cool bike. It's expensive though. I think it runs close to the same price as a Ryker. When I was there, I was a little bit shocked how expensive it was. Steve, how to in five. Hi from Australia. How you doing, Steve from Australia? Down under. How you doing, mate? Do you hate when Americans do that when they try to throw in a word to make them sound like they're Aussies? All right, I'm gonna give my Aussie thing. Okay, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. I love Australia. I love Australia. That's my #1 bucket travel list is to go to Australia. The only thing keeping me from going is the crazy long flight over there. But one day I'm gonna head to Australia and then over to New Zealand. So yes, I really appreciate you watching. What time is it in Australia? Is it Tuesday afternoon, maybe? Learn shifting on mine. It's so easy. I'll take you up on that, Denise. Next time I don't want to learn on your dad's bike though. But I would like to. I need to practice like kind of on a flat street somewhere. Miriam says that she likes my channel even though she doesn't have a Riker. She has a Spider F3 and love it. That is awesome. I love when people watch my channel that don't have Rikers. I really appreciate it very, very much. All right, you know what? While I have 28 of you watching, I would love my loyal people watching right now. I would love to hear from you guys to tell me what you would love to see a video on from me. I've got a lot of things coming up, so I'm not really running out of ideas, but the channel is best when I'm doing things that I know that you guys want to see. So if anyone has an idea of what they would like me to do for a video, keep it PG, please. I would love to hear what you have to say, because it's not about me, it's about you, it's about the Riker community, and that's all I'm trying to do, is to make things better in the Riker community. So if there's something you want to see, if you want more live chat, if you want more ride outs, if you want more modifications, if there's a certain modification that you'd like to see or you're curious about, or if you want more clothing and reviews, or reviews of different gloves or helmets, or I'm just curious. So within reason, obviously, it's not an endless money situation. Someone asked me, they wanted me to test out some seat. Oh, can you try out a Corbin seat and let me know how it works? I'm like, I don't have $1,000 to try out a seat. So if I can do it, I will. But I would love to hear what you guys would like to see from me for the channel. So if you guys could do that, that would be awesome. And let's see. I'm trying to read the comments as I'm talking. Shifting does become second nature, but this is just like, yeah, I agree. So John D, only about 10,000. Yeah, I can't have two $10,000 bikes sitting in my garage. Yeah, that's not going to go over too well. The Night Riker, Steve Cricket fan. I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of private conversations, which is great, that I just don't know what they're talking about. Ale Ale Oxenfree. There you go. I love it. Ale Ale Oxenfree. John, I know you've mentioned that you're looking to get a Riker. I'm just kind of curious what you're leaning towards. Monday morning. That's funny. Tuesday 1 p.m. in Australia. I was right. Tuesday afternoon. I was spot on. Spot on, Mike. Sorry, that's so wrong. So wrong. The next trip with the Atlantic crew would be a bike ride to Australia. How cool. I would love to ride in Australia. How cool would that be? And he's probably thinking, I would love to ride in the palm trees of Florida. Everyone wants what they don't have. Everyone wants to check out something else. So Enterprise says, just finished up a windshield for my motorcycle, former Riker 900, made the frame out of a piece of steel. Finished up a windshield for my motorcycle. Wow, I made a frame out of steel. I would love to see that, from a washing machine and a piece of plexiglass, which cost me $8 from Amazon. That is cool. Make sure you post a picture of that. That is awesome. Okay, so Zia wants me to do a bikini ride. Zia, really? Harry Fun and Riker says a CBT service. So, hey, Evan. I just saw that Jessica just called me. So sorry I didn't answer. I was a little busy with the live chat. But it's nice to see you. Tell Jessica I said hi. I love you guys. They're my best buds from at least to be from New York, now Atlanta, originally from Atlanta. I don't know too many people in Atlanta. I need to get back there. So back to you, Harry, Fun and Riker, a CVT service. So are you referring to like a belt change and that kind of stuff? I've got a lot of people asking me, when am I going to do my belt change? So the belt change, I believe, isn't required until it's either 12,000 or 15,000 miles. But if I'm getting enough requests for it, I might do it early just to, kind of show everybody how it's done. Miriam says, I would love to see you ride an F3. I am waiting for the dealership. The dealership near me, they don't do any test rides of any bike. You have to go through the process of buying it and getting approved and getting your insurance and getting everything done. Then you literally take it for a ride and then return it an hour later and they give you all your money back. But it just seems like a total cluster to do all that work. But I'm very good terms with the owner, the manager of the dealership. So he's expecting one in that I think he's going to demo for me and let me test ride the F3. So I definitely will be doing a video on that. Okay. The Night Riker's next bike is going to be a Vespa. He's moving down to a scooter. You go, Zia. You confident. You can ride his Vespa. And yes, John, I would love to see Brian in a bikini. A comm system for the helmet. Yes, that would be a good. I should do a whole review thing on the comm systems for the helmet, because that's my favorite way to do it. To hear music is through the helmet. I get asked that a lot. What do I prefer? Music in the helmet or music on the bars on the bike? My answer is always in your helmet. And my across the board answer is no one likes your music. Flat out, no one likes what you're listening to. No one likes what I'm listening to. No one likes what you're listening to. So if you have these huge speakers, like I've seen speakers on Rikers that are almost the size of the Riker, and they're blasting their music, do you really think everyone around you wants to hear that music? No. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. All right, let's see. What else? What else we got going on? We've got a nice group of people watching. All right. So Shay, yeah, running around the city. I try really hard to be a good vlogger. I'm just not unnatural at it. I just kind of. I try so hard to be a good vlogger, but I notice when I'm vlogging, I mention the word every other word, It's just, and I'm editing and I'm trying to edit out all the ums. It just gets ridiculous. So I just leave them in. And I don't get a lot of positive feedback from my vlogs. What do I mean positive feedback? I don't get any views. Like my typical videos will get right off the bat a couple thousand the first couple of days. And when I do a riding vlog, I'll get like 500 or 300. It doesn't seem like people are interested in that. So I think there's enough people out there that do really good work in their vlogging that people aren't really that interested in when I vlog. But I'm always, every once in a while I'll do it just to mix it up, but I don't seem to get as positive as a response as when I do my tutorials. But how many tutorials can you possibly do? Stop saying Let's see. Look like a pizza. So Chris has been in and out. He's got some issues going on. No worries, Chris. No worries, Jupiter. Open roads with unlimited speed limits. Well, I didn't realize that in Australia they have roads without speed limits, like the Autobahn. Oof, that'd be kind of cool. That's interesting. I'd be so afraid of, it's funny because everyone has their first impression of Australia. What's the first thing you think of? Kangaroos. And I've heard people have to put kangaroo guards on their bikes and on their cars in case they hit a kangaroo. So I'm wondering if that's an actual thing or that's just kind of a misconception that we have. Everyone thinks in Florida that I have alligators walking in my backyard. That's not ever true. I do have a lot of iguanas, but not alligators. Brian, I will pay to see you ride in your bikini. So, let's see. Paid cash for everything, Beth. And I have to worry about the banks and never telling me where and when. There you go. That's a great idea. If you can't afford to pay cash, don't buy it. That's a good motto. That's why I try to teach my son. That's how you avoid credit card debts. It's just good financial stuff. So the night Riker, Zia says he never listens to music in his home. It just seems unsafe. A lot of people feel that way too. They just don't want any music, and they just want to hear the road. They want to hear the bike. They want to hear the wind, and it's kind of makes it more of an enjoyable experience. I've done that too. A lot of times when I'm riding, if I'm going out specifically to relax, like I've had a stressful day and I want to get on my bike, a lot of times I won't listen to music. I'll just ride and kind of let the moment come to me. So I agree with that. Thank you so much, Zia, for calling me a natural. I appreciate that. Um, okay, review suggestion, review your shirts versus Zia shirts. Zia shirts are horrible because Zia doesn't have shirts. Yeah, I love the company that I get my shirts from. It's a local place here. I always try to, when possible, which is not that often, but I always try to buy local or help support somebody. Like if anyone on here that has something that they want that they're making for the bike, whether it's decals, like Mark Zim does decals, Brian Ramsey does the grill cover protectors. There's so many great guys out there. Nathan Clemens does the airtight stuff too, and he does a bunch of things. These guys that are working out of their garage trying to make a buck to get stuff done with the Riker. And I highly support the hustle. I highly support the hard work that goes into it. So if you have something that's you're doing and you want to help, you want me to help get it out there, and as long as it's a good product, I don't put anything out there that I don't test and I don't make sure that it's a good, solid product. So if I do a review on something, it means that it's been on my bike for weeks and it's kind of stood the weather, the elements, the heat, and then sometimes I'll come back and I'll review it again, saying, listen, I've had this reflective tape on my wheels, which I have a video on that. So if I had this reflective tape on my wheels, it's been on my bike for a year, multiple washers, multiple rain, multiple everything, and they're still great quality. So that's how so if I recommend something, it's because the person I'm doing business with is a good business person to deal with, good customer service, and the product itself is good. So I have been sent products in the past, and I'm not going to badmouth any company, but a company sent me a backrest for the bike, and I hated it. It looked bad. The instructions were bad. The install was bad. It was missing parts, and I just sent it back. And I just because you send me something doesn't mean it's automatically get on the channel. But feel free to reach out to me, and if it's a good product, I'll be happy to plug it. I'll be happy to help you out because it's all about helping each other in this community, I believe. So more rides. Miss Machine wants more rides. All right, I'm gonna get out there and do some more rides. Let's see. Hey Riker Bill. He just popped down. The grumpy vlogger. Let's see. Okay. Trying to catch up here. While I'm talking, I get a lot of people commenting. So John D asks, do they drive? We get a lot of Australia comments here, questions here. Do they drive on the right side in Australia? Like what side of the road you drive on Australia? I believe it is the right side, but what do I know? Thank you so much for saying that I'm pretty, Enterprise. Thank you so much. Now you got me all distracted. Let's see, the network, I never listened to, okay. All right, so Shay Lafa, vloggers talk about, all right, so Brian says, vloggers talk about challenges in life, weather, cool new bikes coming out. Okay, these are all good tips. So I shouldn't talk about my hair and nails when I'm riding? Is that what you're telling me, Brian? All right, so, all right, I'm gonna try to do more rides and try to, because you always want to try to get better. You always want to try to do new things and try. So I'm going to challenge myself to kind of do some more riding vlogs and just kind of get out there, especially this time of year when it's cold and snowy every place else. I think everyone kind of likes to see and live vicariously through me in this weather. So let's see. All right, so Steve's answering all our questions. All right, so ruse strikes are common in Australia, probably much like dare in some of your states. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, dare do some serious damage to cars. So they'll total your car. If but hopefully not hurt the driver, but like they do a lot of damage there. So yeah, that's interesting. That's sad. Let's see what else we've got going on. Brian and Zia have a whole little conversation going. John says, do a review on Riker 2, Riker-Roo bumpers. So Steve, you want to send me a Riker-Roo bumper? I would totally put that on my bike and do a whole video on that. That would be so cool. It probably costs like $1,000 to mail that thing to me. I would love to see what that looks like though. That's pretty cool. A Can Am Ryker kangaroo bumper in Florida. All right, Denise wants you to do a video on how to go from running a Ryker to a trike, to a 2005 Goldwing, to be more specific. All right, so all right, I'll do a video on that, Denise. If you allow me to ride your dad's, I'd be honored. I would totally do a video on Beth riding a Goldwing trike. Totally do that. Next time I'm in Atlanta, it's on. All right, this should be okay. Enterprise says, I'm the same way, Beth. I suffer no fools when it comes to ordering things. I know. All right, so I was wrong. In Australia, they drive on the left side of the road, not the right side, the left side. So that's pretty, yeah, that's cool. That would be tough to learn. I know when I went to England and London, they have signs everywhere through London saying, make sure you look to the right before you cross, because that's where the cars are coming from, not the left. So they have to remind visitors that are coming in. If not, they just step right out on the curb. So yeah. Scott Allen, I love your videos. Love when you make me feel like I'm a terrible man because I can't do shit myself. Scott, why can't you do stuff yourself? My thought, Scott, is very simple. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm really not that handy. I've never worked on a bike before. I've never worked on a car before. I've never worked on anything before. Um, I've always been fascinated by it. I don't know if that makes me mechanically minded, but my thought when I do any project is, what's the worst that could happen? Even with the Baja Run sway bar, which was like kind of like what I think is probably my scariest, that and the spark plugs, like those, something can go very wrong if you install that wrong. The bike just wouldn't start if you didn't put the spark plugs in correctly. So I always think, what is the worst thing that could happen when doing a project? The worst thing that happens is I tow it to the dealership and they correct my problem. So that's it. I mean, it's that's the worst that could happen is that. So it's all about trying it, try it, try it, try it, and you feel so good. I know so many people that were afraid to try doing the modifications. They saw my videos like, oh, you know what? She looks like if she could do it, I'll do it. And they try it. It just feels so good to do your own modification on your bike. I've never had desire to do anything on my car ever. Any of my cars, I don't even like putting windshield washer fluid in the car. Nothing. But when it comes to my bike, I just feel like when you work on your bike, you are completely at one with the bike. And like when you're riding it, it's part of you, and it just feels like it's an extension of who you are. So when you work on the bike and you're getting your hands dirty and you're tweaking this and tightening this, it's like your bike. And I also feel like no one knows your bike more than you do. So you bring it to a dealer or a mechanic and you're telling them to fix this and fix that, and no one's gonna love your bike the way you do. That's just my 2 cents. Let me catch up on my comments here. It's nice to see somebody having fun while we're stuck up here in the north. Oh, I like your little snowman picture. All right, so John D says, talk about rain gear. That's very funny. I actually have a video in my phone. I need to find it. I did a thing on rain gear. I got caught in the rain somewhere, and everyone pulled over. It was like maybe 10 bikes, and we're all putting on our rain gear. And I kind of went around and interviewed everybody, like, what do you have for rain gear? I was going to prompt you thing real quick. And that would be a cool video to do, is talking about rain gear. And yeah, in Florida especially, you have to have rain gear. All right. All right, so I do have, Chris mentioned about the wrap, and I think Harry mentioned it earlier. I'm changing the look of my bike. I've had it for a year and a few months, October, November, December, a year and like 4 months. So I am ready for change. When I originally did my wrap with the blue and the stripes, I wrapped it instead of doing something else because I always thought like, I want to rewrap it like every year and a half, because it gives you the feel like you've got a whole new bike when you wrap the bike or repaint it or something. So I'm working with who's doing my wrap now? Oh my god, they're gonna kill me if I don't say it right here. They hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I know the guy's name's Jordan. Jordan at AMR Racing. Remember it, okay. Jordan is the guy at AMR Racing I'm dealing with, or he's helping me, and going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I am very excited for how this wrap is going to turn out. It's very simple, but I think it's going to look really cool. So I'm going to do a whole video on how to put on the wrap, so you don't need to, because the wraps, the wraps can get expensive. I think they're, I haven't bought it yet, so I'm not quite sure, but it's a couple $100 easily. I think it's $400 for the wrap. So if you're going to do the wrap, you don't want to have to pay to have someone do it, because that's going to be double the cost. So I'm going to show you the right way to wrap it and how to do it, how to prep the bike to get wrapped, and then do a big unveiling of the new bike. So I'm very excited about that. So, and Chris will be here helping me. He does not know it yet, but Jupiter will be helping me. Right, Chris? Patrick says, good evening, Miss Beth, thawing out now, living here in Houston, Texas. How you doing, Patrick? Nice to have you here. Let's see. Yeah, the Everglades Drive was fun. Thank you for mentioning that, Harry. The Everglades Drive was fun because I took a ride out, and there's an area of the Everglades that's very close to my house. And when you ride out, you're guaranteed to see an alligator out in the wild, and it did not disappoint. So I kind of got some close-ups of some alligators, and that was pretty cool. Enterprise says kangaroos are vertical deer without antlers. I bet they pack a punch. I've seen videos of kangaroos fighting. Wow, they're mean. They can really hurt. Chris is having some issues. Wow. Eek. I'll talk to you later, Chris. Sorry about that. Now, John is saying that the reason why people driving on the side of the road in England is because Her Majesty is left-handed. John, when you say things, people believe you. Is that true? Me and my wife are thinking of moving to Florida, or at least coming there for 2 months out of the year from now on. I highly recommend it. Hopefully your 2 months will be in the wintertime. Don't come in the summer, because that would be a waste. It's so gross here in the summer. Oh, hate it. Review suggestion from DK. How to safely travel with your doggy in the back seat. Yeah, that won't be coming from me unless someone. I'm just not okay with that. I don't even like. So that's a cute video, and when I see people on there with the doggy goggles and all that kind of stuff, I think it's adorable. But for me personally, I wouldn't feel like it was safe for my dog. God forbid someone hits the dog, the bike, or rear ends you. The dog has nowhere to go, but the ground. So I don't know. But keep going though with the review suggestions. There's no bad suggestions except for that one. That one was bad. All right. Because I couldn't get used to. Yeah, Enterprise. When he was in Italy for he couldn't get used to driving there. He got an international license, and they drive on the same side as we do in Italy. Yeah, it's very tough to get used to driving on the other side, and the steering wheel's on the other side. You take some real focus. Enterprise says, you have a good spirit. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's sweet. You have nice comments. Thank you. I know, Enterprise, like, I know exactly what you're talking about, that spark plug video, where it looks one of the screws I put on is kind of just dangling there, and it looks like at any second it's going to fall into the thing. I know, that was a cliffhanger. That was not, that was like a nail biter. That was not planned. But yes, I didn't think of it at all when I was doing the video, and then when I rewatched it, I was like, "Oh, that is scary to watch." That would have been bad. I guess maybe I could have gotten a magnet or something in there to pull it out. All right, the Night Riker says, "Okay, ladies and jelly spoons, I'm going to call it and see you, you guys next time. Stay safe. Go check out the Night Riker. Bye, Zia. Good night." Nice pineapple, Brian. And let's see. I hate messing up people's names. So Frozen. Oh, So Frozen. Oh, that's cool. So Frozen says, I like AMR. AMR racing. Just take your mind off to paint it. So Frozen, was it tough to get off to paint it? How hard is it to get off once you put it on? That's a great question. So Rick, You're asking me, I'm assuming, why I picked a Riker. Awesome question. So if you could rephrase the question so a little more specific for me, Rick, are you asking why did I pick a Riker over a Spider, or a Riker over a two-wheel bike, or a Riker over something else? Is it more specific for the question? And I would definitely love to answer that. So just kind of, if you could kind of hone in on what specifically. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting, Denise. She said she got her wrap. It's $400 normally, but but on eBay it's half of that. That's pretty cool. I guess what happens is people buy it and then they never get around to putting it on, maybe, and then they sell it. That's interesting. Mine's a custom wrap, so I couldn't buy mine on. That's what's nice about AMR Racing. I don't know about other companies, but AMR Racing, you literally tell them anything you want on your bike. So if they have a wrap on there that's like red and green, and you don't want any green on, you just tell them to pull out the green. If you want a logo on there, like a phrase on there, they can add it. They're very accommodating. You just have to be patient because it takes time. You put in your request what you want, then they have to send it to the designers, then they design it, then they send you a proof, and so it takes a while to go back and forth, but the end result is worth it. That's the right stuff. You do yourself, everything is right, and there's so many mechanics that just don't care. I agree so much with that. And the reason why it's really weird that you said that, because I just had experience at a dealership recently where I was at a dealership and someone was looking to buy a used bike and they wanted me to meet them there to review the Riker. And there was something about it that I picked up that was missing. It was the weights on the tires, for the balancing weights. And one of the tires, it was just ripped off, like it had fallen off or something. So, and I asked the manager about it. He's like, yeah, we've had it in the shop for 2 days. No one noticed that. How did you notice that? Because I live and breathe the Riker, so I noticed everything. Whereas a lot of times the mechanics, they're working on all different bikes. It's hard for them to kind of be so proficient on the Riker when they might work on it once a month or something. So it's good to know your own bike, for sure. Enterprise says, I bought my wrap. I'm going to do it soon. There's so many things you have to know about doing it properly, heating it up, stretching it in the right way, and so on. Yeah, I did buy a heat gun because I want to make sure that is done right. Yeah, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so if there's one little crease on there, it'll drive me nuts. And also, my son's coming in. Come say hi to everybody, Justin. This is my son, Justin.
Hello.
It's my son, Justin, my love. No, you're hungry? When? Does anyone else have a teenager that's always hungry? I thought I told you to ask Daddy.
I did, and guess what he said? No, she didn't say that. Go ask her.
Okay. Well, now's not a good time.
I know. When you're done.
Bye.
When you're done,
why don't you drive and go?
I can't.
Okay, bye.
I need to go.
Okay, so I'm back. If you could shut the door and don't come in again. Don't come in again. Okay. So, and there goes my puppy. Okay. So, all right. Sorry for the intrusion. All right. So, so she told me. All right, John. All right. So, John, I don't know what that means. Absolutely true. She told me. I don't know. I agree. On Amazon, sometimes you get stuff that people returned, or you get something that's, yeah. Enterprise, you and I think the same way about a few things. Yeah, definitely. Rick says, how far have you traveled on my Ryker? Mine's more about how many hours. I think one day I was on my bike for 10 hours straight. When I say straight, I mean, with the lunch break here, it stops along the way, obviously, but I'd been on my bike for 10 hours in one day, and it was fine. I mean, you get tired like just as if you were tired on a car driving for you get sore being in a car and sitting in one spot. But if you have the right accessories like the one-up backrest, and you have again, okay, let me stop for 1 second and let you guys know. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I'm not making anything. When I mention my videos or the things I recommend for the bike, I'm not getting anything if you guys go out and buy one up backrest. These are just things that I like. So it feels like I'm selling it. I don't care if you buy it or you buy it on, a car seat and glue it to the back. It doesn't affect me at all. This is just what I like. So if you have the right comfort things on your bike, then to me it was very comfortable. And you have the handlebars at the right angle, your seats everything's kind of just in line for you and what works. You can do very well on a long distance. Let's see. All right, so let's see. I can't wait to read these comments later. It looks like there's some political stuff going on. All right, thank you, DK. All right, Press. Yeah, they're fighters in that they respect the nuts. Ugh. Can you imagine if you hit a kangaroo and they come out fighting? Like, hey, you ran me over. That's crazy. Okay, so the wrap does come off pretty easy with the heat gun. That's cool. Is there any residue left on the bike? Any glue or not glue, but like, is there anything, or does your bike look like brand new again after you take off the wrap? Adding soap and water and spray to the extended time. Okay. Okay, so Rick, did I choose a Ryker because I wanted a smaller bike instead of a bigger bike? So, let's see. Okay, let me address Rick's question here. Why? Okay, all right, Rick. Long distance. I have long distance. I guess not. I haven't driven. Like to me, driving 10 hours in one day is a long distance. But if you're referring to like, did I drive from Florida to Atlanta? I have not done that. Zia, the night Riker, he's just jumped off the chat, but he did he rode from Atlanta to come see me here in Florida, and he did it on his Riker, and that's many, many miles in a couple days of riding. So if you're interested in how the Riker does in that scenario, hit him up and watch his video because he did a whole thing on that, like a 3-part series on that. I have never come close to an accident on my bike, not even once. And I don't ride it. All right, yes, if I'm on the highway and no one's around, yeah, I will open it up and see how it goes while driving on the speed limit. But I'm not a reckless driver. I don't lane split with it. I'm not zipping in and out of traffic. I'm very, very cautious rider. And so no, I've never been in an accident. Not that you can't if you're a cautious rider. A good friend of mine was just at a stoplight and he got rear-ended just because he was stopped and he wasn't even riding. So thank you, Enterprise. So yeah, it's it could happen to anybody, but I personally have never been close to an accident. And your other question is, why did I pick a Ryker? I think if I'm guessing your question based on, did I want something smaller? If you're referring to why I chose a Ryker versus a Spider, quite simply, I sat on the Spider and I sat on the Ryker, and the second I sat on the Ryker, I knew the bike was mine. and a lot of people have said that. It is completely, I loved feeling like I was in it. I don't know how better to explain it. If you've ever sat on both, you know exactly what I'm talking about. On a spider, and you're on top. I don't know how to do this, but you're on top of the bike, which is fine. Um, it kind of made me personally, I kind of felt like I was on top of a jet ski when I was on it. The handlebars, everything kind of felt like I was on top of a jet ski. I love jet skis, and so it was a very cool comparison for me. But when I sat on the Riker, being that I'm 5'3", I don't know. I like being able to put my feet square on the ground, flat on the ground. I loved everything about it. So yes, I wanted a smaller bike versus the Spider. That being said, if I had to take my bike on a long distance trip and I was going all the way to Atlanta or to wherever, South Carolina or whatever I was going, I would choose a Spider every day. If everything fit me, like the F3 probably, I would definitely choose a Spider for a long distance ride. And also, I can't emphasize it enough. Like I've ridden and I did a video on what it's like to ride two up on the Riker. I wouldn't feel comfortable with the passenger on the Riker. I'm a solo rider when it comes to that. But with a Spider, I'd ride with someone in the back all day long, or I'd be on the passenger, on a Spider all day, and it's extremely comfortable bike. So the bike has lots of pluses. The Riker has pluses. The Spiders have pluses. There's minuses in both scenarios, but for me, day-to-day bike is the Riker. Long distance, I'd like to have a Spider just for those kind of touring situations. Someone explained it best as riding a fighter jet versus a jetliner, a passenger jet. It's like you feel like so connected and so powerful in the Riker versus you kind of just floating on the Spider. Again, that's just my opinion. Everybody feels very strongly about why they chose their bike. So Fatty with a firearm, he writes that he's ridden from South Texas to Oklahoma City in one day, about 10 hours in the seat. And that was for motor camping. That was a cool, I think you did a vlog on that. So sleeping on a inflatable mat in a one-person tent in the air hawk and the windshield, it worked. So yeah, I mean, it can be done for sure. Now that the portable AC was in use, it was storage in my garage in the front of my toolbox, and everything crowded there. COVID during, I had to build storage shelves. Got it. So that's very cool. He Fatty with a firearm. He did a motor camping with dry spec D1C setup. It can pack a ton. All locks onto your link plate. I'm super interested in the link plate. I might be getting a setup with the link plate. You just have, it adds on so many more accessories for you. Okay, so far it says after you take off the wrap, there is a little bit of residue left over. It actually feels like I could reuse or reinstall the wrap if I wanted to. So how did you get off the residue? Is the next logical question. And they're probably so sweet. Okay, Brian's lying. I was not going 100 miles an hour, I don't think. And then he's putting a Florida Turnpike. You're funny. I miss you guys so much. I need to get back to Georgia. Oh, God, I love the riding out there. Not now, it's too cold, but I can't wait to get back. I may go back up in the spring with my bike. Riding in Georgia is the best. So Joshua asked me if there's any group rides coming up this summer in Florida. Joshua, where do you live? What part of, I don't need an address, but what part of Florida do you live in? And we've always got something going on. So let me know where you are, and then I can also let you know of a few groups out here that are always looking to have people join and go on group rides with them. SoFlo Riders is one of them, and 305 is another group out here. Miami Spider Riders is another group. There's a lot of good people out here riding. I think there's a ride going up from all the way to Orlando coming up soon. So we're meeting in Asheville to do the Dragon. Let's see. Rick wants to know how fast does it register. So Rick, if you check out one of my videos that I've gotten a little bit of flack for, but I recorded myself and I brought it up to 106. And I think it hit 107 actually, but my camera caught it at 106. And that's the fastest I've ever had it, but it could definitely have gone more. I'm not sure what it tops out at, but I had 106 and I felt like I could still go. Yeah, Quasimodo, yeah. Man, that must have been a fun time, you and Quasimodo together. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, that there's no residue left. Alcohol and Gooby Gone. I know So Frozen. I know exactly what you're talking about, that Gooby Gone. It's that stuff that smells, it's not called Gooby Gone, but it's called something similar. And it smells like citrus. Oh, I love that stuff. So Dwight says right now it's 64 in Athens, Georgia. Yeah, I guess you guys are having a little bit of a warm front right now coming in there. Oh, okay, Reese. Now I know who you are. Yeah. Very cool. It's hard because you have YouTube names and you have Facebook names, and then people text me and their other name comes up, so it's kind of hard to kind of keep track. I used to have a notebook with everybody's names on it, so I'd be able to chat more personal with people. Enterprise, I've seen a couple of the Night Riders videos. He's a very nice guy. He has a lot of patience. He does. He's a good guy. Take the adhesive removers from work. That's funny. All right, so Fight at the Firearms says, my 600 Riker, I've had up to 100 miles per hour for a few seconds. I know, I got scared. I don't know why. Sometimes my mind, I don't know if you guys are like this too, but I was going super fast, like 106, 107. All of a sudden I'm riding thinking, what happens if my tire blows right now? What's going to happen? Like, and my mind started like starting to think about things like, suppose I hit like a piece of wheel or something like that, a piece of tire, or there's some debris in the road, like, and then all of a sudden I'm like off and I'm going like 40 because I get freaked out, like if I get in my head and I'm like too afraid of wrecking. So yeah, I can't imagine riding in New York. I've seen a lot of videos from a lot of not videos but talk from Keith with Rolling on 3, and he's always talking about how hard it is to ride in New York. I lived in New York. I lived in Manhattan for a year while I was in grad school, and I never even wanted to drive a car in the city. So I can't imagine what it's like to drive a motorcycle, to ride a motorcycle there. I know. It would be cool to ride on a closed course. My dog's scratching at the door to come in. I'm gonna go let her in. Well, we've been chatting for a while. Come on. Oh, she must be here. Frisbee, come say hi. Frisbee, come say hi. Frisbee, look, say hi. Say hi. Oh, come on, up, come on. Come say hi. Come say hi. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. I think she sees the dog in there and she's like, is there a doggy in there? Get that dog. She's like freaked out by the dog. Frisbee, who's that? Frisbee, who's that? Who's that? Aw, who's that doggy in the camera? Ugh, gross. Yuck. I know where your tongue has been. That's gross. You know what? I have a favor to ask of you guys. This is a huge favor. If you guys can go do this, I'd really appreciate it. So, as you know, I'm super friendly with George from the Border Riker. So he's awesome, and he's having a really tough time right now. I'm not going to get into the personal reasons why, but if you could flood his channel with comments and just saying, I miss you, where are you, make another video. He's in Scotland, and he makes awesome videos. So if anybody, I mean, there's 30 of you on right now, and if 10 or 15 of you, anybody, can just go on his channel right now, The Border Riker, BORDER Riker, and subscribe, leave a comment, and say, I miss you, come back soon. That would really, really mean a lot to me, and it would really mean a lot to him. So it would be nice if, you know, he's asleep now, it's the middle of the night in Scotland, but it'd be nice if he woke up tomorrow morning and saw all this love, because he's going through a real tough time right now. So I'd really super, super appreciate that. So thank you. I don't ask a lot, ever. So this would mean a lot to me. So cool. Okay. I'm gonna actually write it down here so you guys will know. Border Riker. YouTube. His name is George. All right. So all right. So send love his way, please. Okay. All right. So all right. Let me catch up. Ugh. It's gross when you know where your dog's tongue has been, and then they kiss you in the mouth. This is so gross. Ugh. Okay. Enterprise, tally ho. I know I'm getting ready to finish up. We're almost on 2 hours. This is crazy. Yeah, I love my puppy. Her name is Frisbee. She's a good girl. Steve, check out my channel. I'll be doing one of my Spider FS3 soon. Bye for now. So Steve, before you hang up, what is your channel called? How to in 5. Wait a minute, I think you only do 5-minute videos, is that right? I think because the guy that does 5-minute videos does a bunch of other stuff. But all right. So Steve, if you're still on, write down your channel name. If not, I'm gonna assume it's Steve How to in 5. Before I close out the chat, if anyone has Steve's How to in 5, perfect. I will totally check it out right now. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. Because once this goes away, I'm not gonna be able to go through all the stuff. Okay. So Steve's How to in 5. So anyone else that's on here, we've got a good captive audience. If there's anything you have going on that you want to, before we close out, that you want to promote or just brag about, go for it. Get on there and you know, hit up. If you've got a YouTube channel, if you've got something going on, a Facebook page you want people to check out, if you've got anything going on, before we close out the chat, now's a good time to kind of self-promote. So by all means, use this opportunity to help each other out and check it out. So I know we've got on here, Zia from the Night Riker was on here. I almost messed it up again. Thanks, Steve. I can't wait to check out your video. You'll have a new sub in me. If I don't already sub, I'll definitely sub. Brian says good night. It's way past your bedtime. Yeah, it's past my bedtime too. It is, for those of you in Australia watching, or anywhere in the world, it is 10:20 p.m. right now. So yeah, Red Dirt Rikers. Check out Fatty with a Firearm, Red Dirt Rikers. And can they check you out on Facebook? Is that where they find you, Red Dirt Rikers? All right, so and then we've got John Johnson. He's got a YouTube channel called Riker Parking Only. He does one video every couple of months, so they're rare gems is what they are. He does easy peasy videos. They're very cool. Who else we've got? All right, so we've got Facebook, Red Dirt Rikers with Fatty with a Firearm. So if you're in Oklahoma and you want to ride with that crew, that group, go check them out. Then we've got So Frozen. Check out the Jersey Riker crew on YouTube. We like to have some fun. So go subscribe to them, Jersey Riker crew. And Bob Nay, thank you so much. I'm going to try to keep up the good work. And who else is on here that needs a little plug? Don't forget, please go check out the Border Riker. Subscribe if you haven't, and just comment on any video, anything. Just say I miss you, when you coming back. And who else is on here? I'm scrolling back to see if there's anybody else on here that's needs a little plug. I think that may be it. Enterprise says tomorrow I'm going to stick the plexiglass in the oven to curve. That is so cool. I can't. So can you? I don't know. Send me a picture on either if you want to send me a picture directly, Enterprise, on my page, my Facebook page, or I would love to see it. So guys, you can check me out if you haven't already. I have an Instagram page called Riker Rides, and or it might be Best Riker Rides, and I also have a Facebook page, Best Riker Rides. So check me out on those. But mostly I'm kind of switching over to Instagram now. So Instagram is just Riker Rides, one word. Going to Border Riker channel, wish you well. Thank you, John. I appreciate it very much, and I hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna go in just a second. 100 miles per hour. It's like a lion roaring in your ear. That's funny. Visit South Carolina. I know, you're absolutely right, Rick. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, South Carolina, the North Carolina is beautiful too. I love it up there. People are not very nice in New York. They don't respect one another as much as they should. Yeah, I don't know. I get that a lot here too. In Florida, I feel like people aren't as nice as they should. I mean, I just don't understand why. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. It just feels good to be nice. I have a bumper sticker on my car that says "Be kind." That's all it says. And I have one in the back of my helmet too that says "Be kind." All right. All right. Anybody else? Last words. Last well wishes. You guys hung on for almost 2 hours. So that's nice for a Monday night. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on. This was an awesome turnout. So thank you so much. I'm trying to think of any sneak peeks coming up. I'll tell you this week's video coming up, I'll let you guys know in advance. So this week's video is based on the fact when I was in Georgia, in the mountains of Georgia, and a few times this happened to me, I stopped my bike on a hill and put it, just to get off the bike or whatever. It wasn't even that much of a hill. And I put my emergency brake on, no problem. Went back to start the bike, started up just fine. And then when I went to flip the switch to the emergency brake, I couldn't physically get that emergency brake off. No matter what I did, it was stuck there. And I panicked, like, why is it stuck? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And then I was taught, or I think John was with me, and he taught me that you have to kind of move on the seat to figure it out and how to do it. So I'm gonna post that video, and because it's one of those things, like, if you don't know what it is when it happens, it freaks you out. Like, oh my God, what's wrong with my bite? So I have a little, very quick video on that and how it happens and how to get out of that situation. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys, but it just takes once and then you'll never forget how to do it again. Thank you, Harry. Have a great week to you as well. And my cat freaks out when she hears birds in the computer. I do believe it. Yeah. I think it's always funny when a dog sees themselves in a video or reflection, and they're freaked out like it's another dog. Like they have no concept that it's funny. It's cute. I love my puppy. Yeah, she's my baby. Right, Frisbee? She's like, I love you too. I always joke around that if she had thumbs and she had fingers, she'd be so helpful around the house. Okay, now we're totally going off tangent. So I'm gonna end it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna call it time of death. 10:26. No. Thank you guys. Thank you. I cannot say thank you enough. I love you guys. I don't love you. I don't even know you, but I like you a lot. But I very much appreciate you. And I am, I think, 188 subscribers away from 6,000. So it is blowing up. And I am just very fortunate and very grateful, and I hope to continue to bring you good content, and I hope I can continue to make you guys continue to watch. So thank you so much. Be well, be kind, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care. See you Thursday for my video. Bye.